everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for clicking on this particular video. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, I am a mom of two wonderful young men. Of course, I'm going to say they're wonderful because they're mine. But on my channel, I am on a journey to grow wealth, to save for retirement, and pay off debt while also enjoying life. So this is new for me because I typically don't show my face on my channel, but I did want to come on to let you know that I'm always readjusting and making changes and trying to figure out what actually works for me. So for me, I started my year in November. November was like that tester month for me to figure out what works and what does not work when it comes to my budget, my finances, and getting things in order for me. So I have to figure out what truly works for me. And what I did for the month of November is I sat down and had deep thoughts and conversations and wrote down things for me, what works for me, which budget I was going to use, because I've tried so many. If you watch my channel for a while, you know, I said it before, I've done on the digital, I've done it on Excel, I've done a paper, and I'm truly a paper person. But what I noticed for the month of November is I actually did my tracking really well with Excel. However, when I go to do my budget, it's more of paper. I decided to go back to the Budget Mom, Budget by Paycheck, that I used before. Before I was using Papers by Jessica Ann, which I still love that book, but I decided to go back with the Budget Mom. So I will be using that for my budgeting for 2025. And I went ahead and started the things in the book as far as what my why is. And we're going to get into that. So I'm going to show you. I just want to come in and give an introduction, kind of show you what direction I'm going with my channel, because I know that I've done this several times before. Have I been consistent? Absolutely not. November, however, was a truly challenging month for me. And when I do my November overview, I'll go into more details, but I'm just grateful that I'm here. My family is still here. Yeah, November was that month for me, but it also gave me time to reflect and think on what is truly important to me and what I need to get done for myself. So I'm going to flip this around. We're going to go through the beginning stages of the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck book, and what I decided, and I'll share with you my why, what I'm saving for, and those things that are going forth. And my year is going to start from December of 2024 through November of 2025. Enough talking. Let me get into the budget. Okay, so let's get started. Like I said, I am using the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook for my 2025, and I am starting mine as of December of 2024. That's the year that I'm going to start. So let's get into my why. I don't know if anyone has seen her workbook. I'm pretty sure you have. It's been around for a long time. She changed it this year. First page is usually your name, and if you're found whatever, I just put my name. Actually, I think I printed this on my printer and cut it out and put it there. Here are the instructions on how to use it. From my understanding, that's what she used to have before. Now you use a QR code and it explains how to use the workbook. So her thing is, and everyone else if you talk to anyone who does their budget or doing whatever, they have a why. Why am I doing this? Why am I budgeting? Because budgeting is not a restriction, but it's just a place to tell your money where to go so you know what you're spending and where you're spending it at. So it was find your why. And I had to literally just sit back for a few days and truly understand, why am I budgeting? Because this isn't new to me. I've been doing this since, I think I discovered this budgeting community in 2020. But I do it, I stop. I do it, I stop. I haven't been consistent, and I go through this every year at the beginning of the year. There are some people who follow my channel for a while and they'll tell you, yeah, she does, I do. But this year, I literally just sat down to get things in order. And it wasn't like on a whim because I've been watching somebody else's channel, like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. That works. And let me try it. Because that's what I've done in the past. This year, it was, let me sit down and really think about what works for me. What are my plans? What are my goals? And what steps am I going to take to accomplish those goals for myself? So, on her thing, it says, finding your why. Why are you on this financial journey? And why do you want to get better with your money? Let me make sure I zoom in so you guys can see. There we go. So for me, and I'm opening up and sharing some things as I normally do. And like I said, I've been budgeting or trying to since 2020. I am so tired of living paycheck to paycheck with no money in savings. I've been working for 40 years and I don't have $1,000 in savings. There you have it. I'm tired of this lifestyle. So, this is where I'm at in life. I have worked for 40 years. That gives you my age. I've raised 2 sons. And when things have happened, I have not been able to even go to the bank to pull or save something for myself. Am I embarrassed? A little. Even putting this out here for the world to see. I have not been saving. I put it in, I take it out. I put it in, I take it out. I put it in, I take it out. So I am letting you guys know this is where I'm at in life. And I am going to retire soon, but I need to buckle down and become serious with this whole situation. No more putting money in and pulling it out, putting money in and pulling it out because I see something cute I like, or I see something on social media or Amazon, or I see something on someone's channel. I'm like, oh, that's cute. No, I have to do what is best for me. Okay, so that's my why. My why is I no longer want to live paycheck to paycheck. Now, the good thing is I may not have been saving, but I'm not broke before the next paycheck. Like, I have money sitting aside. I don't have $1,000 in an emergency fund or an abundance fund, but I'm not broke before my next paycheck. All right, so let's go into the next one. Next, continue to ask follow-up questions. Why is your answer what it is from the question above? For example, if you answer the question above with, I want to pay off debt, you need to ask, why do you want to pay off this debt? Like, keep drilling into it. And as I was reading this, and I don't know if any of you know, but Onyx with Budget for Success actually does, like, I for 3 months I worked with her and she did the same thing to me. She makes you drill into why. And if you haven't watched her channel, I'll leave a link below. Go follow her. Go check her out. She does this, like, she makes you dig into yourself or makes you figure it out. You know what I don't know if I'm saying the right way, but it was just something about working with her for those few months. So it says, keep drilling down and ask the next question. So it says, why is your answer what it is from the question above? Here it is. And this is my November. Recently, I thought my son was having a heart attack and I didn't have $200 to my name to get to him. If it wasn't for my mother, I would have been screwed. That alone is enough to make me change my mindset and change how I handle my finances. I am so over not having enough and struggling from paycheck to paycheck. So here's my story. At the beginning of November, my son was having chest pains, and my son is not far from me in college. And he called me and said he was going to the ER. I had put money into savings and pulled it out. But when I pulled it out, I spent it on, I can't even tell you what I spent it on. That's just the honest answer. I can look on my Excel spreadsheet and probably see, but it wasn't on something that I necessarily needed. But to not have money saved, and here's my son in college, and I don't know if he was having a heart attack. I don't know if he was going to make it. I didn't know what was going on. But the simple fact is, I could not go to my envelopes. I could not go to my bank account. I couldn't do anything to get to my son. That itself was the worst feeling in the world. The absolute worst feeling. You see me do saving challenges. I've had to go back and pull because maybe one of my oldest son may have needed something, or someone else may have needed something, or I was doing something for something else. But to not have money to get to my son who was on his way to the ER, it was on a Friday night when he left work early on a Friday night, and I got my mother on the phone, and we went in her vehicle and drove 2 hours to get to my child. What if? It's the what if I couldn't get to my son. That's what made me really re-examine everything that I was doing for the month, for my budgeting. I was budgeting. I was doing the savings challenges. I was putting money away. But then I would have to go back and pull it out. And that was irritating me. I didn't have $200. I may have had $130. But it's the simple fact of what if something would have happened to him. And I'm grateful to God that it didn't. But what if something happened to him and I would have had to get him back home? That's what made me sit back in November and reevaluate everything. That was it for me. And I'm sharing this with you guys, and some people are probably like, that's a shame, that's horrible, da, da, da. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm sharing because I need to do better. All right. So it says, does your why evoke emotion? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because this happened on the first Friday in November. Turn back around and it happened again. Not last week. Was it last week? Yes, last week. We were trying to find him a doctor, and it was Thanksgiving week. So we were trying to find him a doctor again. Fortunately, I had the funds this time, but what if I didn't? And I'm grateful that I did. So yes, it does evoke emotion, because what if it was my older son who's in Georgia? Then what would have happened? It says, does your why affect other people that you love? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Because what if it was something and they needed cash or they needed money and I don't have it in the bank to help them? Yes, it does. Is your why visual? Absolutely. Absolutely. Got a vision board and everything ready. And is your why specific and is it clear? Yes. So my why, I need to get my finances in order, not just for me, but for my sons. I should have something to show for the 40 years that I have been working. Not having anything to get to my son was frightening and upsetting. So I'm hesitant now about posting this video. I really am, because, people judge. So I'm asking you not to judge. I'm honestly asking, I'm not even asking, because this is something that I am doing for me and for my sons. This is something that I need to do, and I'm sharing my journey with you. This is what I've decided to do. I've decided to just put myself out there, and yeah, embarrassing, absolutely. Emotional, absolutely. but this is what I chose to share. And it says your why should be something so important to you, thinking or talking about it makes you emotional. It needs to light a fire under you. It should be something you don't want to live without. Your why should remind you every step, hopefully I'm in frame, every step of the way that giving up is no longer an option. Use the lines above to write down your why. Remember, it's okay if your why changes along the way. It says your why, and I'm just going to highlight this, because your why should remind you every step of the way that giving up is no longer an option. And this is my why. This is why I'm sharing this. This is how I'm can't believe I'm sharing this, but I am. So that's my why. And then now let's get into the next page. The next page is a financial plan and goal worksheet. I gave myself to the end of the year to have $2,000 in my savings account. I can guarantee you that I will have it before December. I can guarantee you I will have it before December. I am making it a priority to have more than this by December. Pay off $10,000 in my car debt. Yes, that's including my monthly payment with extra money. And I want to pay off my Capital One credit card before June. Those are just, I didn't put any medium or long-term goals. I didn't do that because I am still evaluating those. When I looked at my subscriptions, now here's the thing, and I was just looking at this before I did this video. My membership and subscriptions, I have Microsoft, which I use. Amazon, I am probably going to cancel Amazon. I honestly am being truthful. I am probably going to cancel this. I don't use Amazon Music. I use Apple Music. Typically, when I order stuff, they say it's free shipping. I pay for the shipping, basically, because I just don't understand. Because a lot of times they give you the option to pick it up. So I can't see the purpose of me paying $140 for this every year. I just can't. Canva, I will use for my YouTube channel. TubeBuddy, I haven't used recently, so I may end up canceling that as well. Apple Family is for my mom and my sons. My YouTube Premium, I even thought about canceling this, but I have to be honest. This is probably one of my, you know how you have to give yourself that one thing so that you don't feel so stressed? That's it, because I listen to your videos without the commercials, whether I'm at work and I have it playing, whether I'm in my car, and it's easier for me to just let your video play, because I have to be honest, I don't like ads. And some of the ads are ridiculous to me. Some of the ads are just long. So I was watching Budgeting with Miss P, and that's where I got the idea from, because she was saying that even with YouTube Premium, you still get the person's video you're watching will still get credit as if the ads were playing. Costco, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep Costco because my son sold his car and he was the main one using it for gas. So I'll probably cancel Amazon. I will probably cancel TubeBuddy. I will probably cancel Costco. My notary renewal, I keep. My car registration, I have to keep. And my yearly parking for work, I have to keep. But Amazon, TubeBuddy, and Costco. That's $260 with 90. It's like $300 some odd dollars a year right there that I'm probably going to cancel. And as I'm doing this with you guys, that's where that came up. So then her next page is the savings challenges. And this is where I started listing what saving challenges I was doing for what. So for like my $2,000, I printed out, or actually I think I purchased it or printed the one from Fiona. And I'll leave her channel link below. I ordered the savings challenge from her. If I can find it. I got this from Fiona and I laminated it, but I was gonna use, it says save 20 25 and 2025. So I'm going to use that towards this savings challenge. And like I said, this is Frugality is Life, Fiona. That's her YouTube channel. And then Christmas, I got one from, hold on, because I'm telling you, I'm all set. For Christmas, did I put hers in the binder? Yes. Christmas, I have this one. This is from Income Babes. So I am going to use her challenge for 2025 to save for Christmas of 2025. But I got this from her, so that's that one. And then I have this 1,700, or this is for my extra mortgage payment. So I said I would probably use, what is that, the other 2025 savings challenge. Subscriptions, I'll use whatever, but subscriptions is going to be part of a bill. Car registration, I haven't picked a challenge for those. I live in a hurricane state, so I want to put money aside because when a hurricane comes, you should have a generator, you should have water sitting aside, you should have batteries, you should have, oh goodness, food that does not go bad. You need food sitting aside. You need flashlights, your chargers should, something that charge, like portable chargers or something that can charge your phones and so forth. You got to have your gas tank full of gas and maybe some extra gas on the side. You need to have cash on hand because if the power goes out, you need to have cash. I want to make sure that I have something saved. Now, the generators, maybe not for 1,000, but everything else, absolutely. So that's those. So, because this video is probably going long and I keep saying so, and I am so sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for commenting. And please, 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 don't be so hard on me. I am going to definitely increase and definitely do better. But that's, I did want to share. I wanted to share where I'm going with my channel and what I plan on doing. So thank you once again so much. And if you're interested in joining me on my journey, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that like button. And I pray you have a blessed, wonderful, prosperous day, night, whenever you're watching. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.